Welcome, welcome one and all. Welcome to Scrub
Hello.
Mode.
How are you?
How's it going? Oh man, I'm doing pretty good. My name's Julio. I'm joined by my two friends here.
I'm John, and this is an episode on Hags.
I'm Ryan.
If I was smart, I would have done like a Weird Sisters thing for us, like a Shakespeare Macbeth thing, but I only just thought of that bit now, and improv's not my forte.
It's okay. Anyway.
Listen, traveler, we three weird sisters, we have a fortune to tell you.
We have a fortune.
Which something happens.
You're going to enjoy a podcast very soon.
Oh man. It's a Monster Manual episode, and we made it to Hags.
Yeah, we made it to Hags.
Nice.
What is a hag?
What is a hag? It's a good question, because I struggled to define it. You want to take a
It's
swing
like,
at this?
I mean, like, visually, it's like classic witch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know? Old woman, big nose.
Yeah,
Kind of hunched.
it's sort of weird where it's like an ogre, where if you asked me to describe it, I couldn't give you a very good description, but if you showed me even two wildly different pictures and they were both ogres, I'd be like, that's an ogre. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
That's
porn. Like, I'll know it when I see it. But it's
Like, perhaps that's the one.
a witch is a hag, but a hag is not a witch, I guess, too. Like, there's a lot of crossover, but they're not
Every
exactly.
hag is a witch, but not every witch is a hag.
Yeah.
Kind
Would
of,
you say?
sort of.
It's hard to define, at least in D&D, to make this easier. They're mostly fae, so they're like evil fairies.
Do they live in like Baba Yaga houses?
Well, that's a good lead-in. That's as good as a lead-in as I can ask for. Let's start with the cultural inspiration. Of course, we have to start with the biggest, baddest witch of them all, Baba Yaga.
Ooh, Baba Yaga is the witch.
Yeah. What you know about Baba Yaga?
All I know is I don't want to mess with her.
Yeah.
I think we talked about Baba. No, she was we talked about banshees.
I talked
Which
about
are
Baba
different.
Yaga's chicken foot house because I love that motif in one of
Yeah.
your live play episodes.
Yeah, that was fun.
Baba Yaga, they made a pretty cool movie.
Really? What is this?
What movie?
Wasn't it that Australian one or like New Zealand one?
Oh.
Where it's like a mother and like her son, and they talk about the story, and it's like the monster, the Baba Yaga itself was like, so like it was really good, cool practical effect.
It sounds almost like you're describing the Baba Duke, but that...
Oh, that's what I was thinking of. Oh.
Great film, but no.
It started with Baba, yeah, so that it threw me off.
Baba being, I think, Russian, but generally a Slavic word for grandma.
I see.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, she's a hag. Baba Yaga is like the horrible hag monster, the evil witch of all the Slavic fairy tales. She rides around not on a broom, but in a mortar and pestle.
Inside of a mortar and pestle.
Yeah, like a giant mortar, and then she uses a pestle to sort of row her mortar through the sky.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. And oh boy, does she love to eat children.
Oh boy. I bet she does.
It's her main delicacy.
It is, yeah. She loves
She's like,
it.
that's pretty Hansel Gretel type beat.
Exactly what I mean, where I'm like, yeah, the witch from Hansel and Gretel is a hag. But is the witch from Wizard of Oz a hag? I'd say no, and I can't tell you why I feel that way. Is it the child eating?
Because they don't eat kids. Yeah, they don't eat kids. Well, they both cast magic, right?
Yes, yeah.
To some extent. I don't know. Maybe where they get their magic from?
I don't know anything about where the Hansel and Gretel witch gets its magic from.
That's true. We do know that hags do get their magic like from any other person who like goes that class. They get it from.
Whoa! Oh, I don't know this. Lay it on me.
Do they? I mean, like, I'm pretty sure I've read somewhere that, like,
It's like a warlock, right?
Like yeah, lore wise, like they get it from some kind of patron that they devote themselves to.
Might be
Or
news
like
to me, but it seems like they're sort of like innate with it. I mean, it's your D&D setting. You do whatever the heck you want.
yeah, you could figure out however you want to do it, but like I'm just saying, like for me, I thought it was something similar to that.
I will say, if you're playing a warlock, I like, depending on what hag you want to use, I think a hag would be an extremely cool patron to have. Like, oh, for your DM, what a little treat to
Oh,
have
Yeah,
you
that'd
have
be
your
cool.
own little evil fairy godmother.
Yeah.
little fairy godmother hag.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty dope, actually.
Yeah,
That'd
I
be
mean,
fun.
because we'll get into it too. But like hags are fae, so there's the fae pact. You're good. There's night hags, which are actually fiends. They're infernal. You can do the fiend pack. You're good. Like any of those packs, I mean, not genie and not angel, but almost any of those other packs, you could hammer into like, yeah, a hag taught me how to do Lovecraft magic. Hag taught me fae magic. A hag, I gave
Yeah.
Rumpelstiltskin my firstborn, and now she taught me how to do demonic magic.
Hell
Boy,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Well, Baba
I see.
Yaga.
Yeah.
So she does indeed. We mentioned it. She's got that house that's a little cottage that's bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. And it has chicken legs, which is like the most famous evocative thing. And God, I'm a sucker for it. I think it's so cool.
Yeah. Was the old lady in Spirited Away? Was she a hag technically?
Yeah, I would say she's a great representation of a hag.
What was her name again? I forgot. I
It was
forgot Spirited Away.
Baba. It was Yubaba and Zenny Baba. So like, I
Oh,
think there is some.
definitely an inspiration.
Have
There,
you ever
yeah.
seen any of the interviews with Hayao Miyazaki where he's like, this mostly comes up when talking about like House, Moving Castle and stuff, where he's like, I don't do 1-to-1 adaptations of stuff. I digest the material and then I spin it back out in a way that makes sense to me.
Mm.
So I think that's what's
I mean,
happening in Spirited Away, where he's taking these like generic, powerful witch archetypes and he's made them his.
Yeah, yeah.
he's
I
like,
feel
I'm just
like-
gonna push them out in the way that makes more sense to me.
Yeah, because I feel like the Baba in both their names and the fact that they are witch characters who do and act very in ways that are very similar to Baba Yaga, like it can't be accidental, right?
Oh yeah, for real.
Mm.
For real.
You know what else? What other show has really good hags?
Which one?
Over the Garden Wall.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
you're
this
right.
Mm.
Played by Tim Curry.
Yeah.
Adelaide of the Wood. Good hag stuff. Good stuff for you to steal, DMs.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Just watch it.
Yeah, both of those are
You'll
great.
learn. You'll learn.
Lesser known about Baba Yaga's house is that she's got a fence made of bones from all the kids and people she's eaten, which is pretty metal.
That's pretty metal, yeah.
And the tops of her fence, she's got a bunch of skulls on them with coals inside of them. And if you get too close, they'll burst into flame or chatter and let her know that you're sneaking up on her house.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
But here's like the thing I guess that makes hags special, especially Baba Yaga specials. Even though she like eats people and she's scary, she's sometimes helpful.
sometimes.
Yeah. You
That's
guys know the
cool.
story of Vasilisa the Beautiful?
No.
I thought you were gonna say Vaseline.
Do you know the story? It's not a story a Jedi would tell you.
It's not a story. Have you ever heard of Vaseline the Smooth? It's not one a story the Jedi would tell you.
No.
He was
That,
able to achieve perfect skin. Where can I learn this power?
just a real ashy Anakin flashing forward, running through the Force.
Just stuck on that lava planet. It's really ashy. My skin is dry, Master. It hurts my hands when I grip the lightsaber.
I feel like there's a high ground joke in here, but I can't quite land it.
Every time I squeeze a lime from my street tacos, it hurts.
Damn, that's real.
Oh,
It
man.
really is. Sorry, you go on.
No, you're
Yes.
good. That's what you're here for. Uh,
Oh,
So let's see. Yeah, so in Vasilisa the Beautiful, I'm not gonna run through the whole fairy tale because it's long and we'd be here all day. But like, there's an evil stepmom who
Hmm.
sends her beautiful stepdaughter, who she hates, out into the woods to go get fire, with the hopes that Baba Yaga will eat her. But thanks to her bio mom's gift, a magical doll, she's able to complete all of Baba Yaga's chores on time. And Baba Yaga's like, "Oh shit, you did it! All right, take one of my flaming skulls. That's fire." And Vasilisa's like, "Well, this is pretty fucked. I'm holding this flaming skull of a child." But she walks home. And the moment she gets home, the flaming skull barfs fire all over her evil stepmother and stepsisters and incinerates them. And Vasilisa gets to live happily ever after.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's
Wow,
good guy in Russian folklore. That's
that's a happy ending.
yeah.
Wow.
The Baba Yaga was just all like, you know what? You did what I asked. Here you go. Have one of my very own child skull flame spewing magic item.
It's made from a dead kid, just like you.
I ate them. It's insane. Isn't it crazy? Here, hold on to this skull. Hold it in both hands in front of you and walk
Look into
home.
the light, okay?
Yeah, don't look into the mouth. That's where the fire comes at.
Wow.
In some versions of the
When he gets
story,
home, Mama, look, Mama, I got the fire.
in some versions of the story, the Baba Yaga's like, "Hey, I'm giving you intentionally impossible tasks. How are you completing them?" And the girl is not
Which is
allowed
like-
to say my mom's magic doll because that will undo the magic. So she's just like, "Oh,
Yeah.
blessings for my brother." And Baba Yaga's like, "Ugh, I want anyone in here. Get out.
take the skull. Get out of here.
Leave.
Get out of here. You disgust me.
Ew, gross. A mother's love. Bleh."
I spit at the ground you stand. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
How dare you speak of your mother's love for you? I'm not even going to eat you anymore. That's disgusting.
That's so gross, dude.
I can't believe you were raised with love and care.
She does she does similar sort of like, I'm pretending to be really scary. I'm not pretending. I actually am scary and mean, but for some reason I'm going to intentionally or otherwise help you in like the Frog Princess and the Kind-Hearted Girl, other Russian folktales. But then there are also stories like the Firebird and Baba Yaga's Black Geese, where she is just like a pure monster, and she does in fact kill and eat people and takes so much joy in doing it. She loves cooking the blood of Russian men up to drink. She loves grinding
she
children's
cooks it
bones
first?
into bread. Yeah.
Wouldn't that make it coagulate and be not great? Or is it like is it like a syrup situation? Like, is she like diluting it or something? Like, what's going on here?
I'm not a witch. I can't tell you.
All right.
She's like,
Maybe
wait.
it's like I don't want to ding
Right.
on like South Asian and or English folklore too much, but I know that they're like blood sausages and stuff like that. Maybe that's what she's doing.
Yeah, she's making like a delicious morsel.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Sometimes she's helpful, sometimes she's evil. She's kind of like a Batman figure.
Okay.
In that, or like we've talked about this with goblins. We've talked about this with like Godzilla. She fits
There
into
can
any
be-
story.
There
She's
are
many.
hags of all kinds.
Yeah. Or Baba Yaga specifically is very mutable. Sometimes
Right.
she's like a nice mommy figure. Sometimes she's scary.
Yeah.
Oh, also, she has iron teeth in a lot of stories, which is going to become a
Wow.
weird. Yeah, right.
She's got adamantium teeth.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes they're like literally growing out of her mouth, and sometimes they're like adamantium dentures, which I think is very funny.
That is funny.
It's so that she can eat the bones better.
Yeah.
Yeah, she can chew through your bones with her metal teeth. Oh man.
She's built for gnashing. You
Yeah.
know?
Grinding.
kind of
She
deal.
grinds at home.
She wants to ensure that the bones go down in a fine powdery substance.
Should we have like a rise and grind the bones of children?
It's a picture of a Baba Yaga with metal teeth. It just says "Rise and Grind."
Yep. Just grinding like a bunch of children, putting a bunch of children into a pot, into the pestle, into the mortar, gonna grind them
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Making a fine paste.
And less interesting, sometimes she is famous for having really gross or bony legs.
Ew.
Yeah. That's not gonna come up
Don't
as
like that.
often. But put a pin in the iron teeth. A lot of these guys get iron teeth for
Wow.
some reason. This is not reflected in the monster manual, but as I was looking at hags, it's going to turn up again and again.
Oh wow. All right.
Yeah. Have you guys ever heard of Jenny Greenteeth?
No.
What?
Jenny Greenteeth.
Green teeth.
Never heard that name in my life.
All right. Well, British people. I'm going to be pronouncing a lot of British place names from here on out. I'm sorry.
That explains why our teeth are green.
Yeah. Oh, jeez, I just got that.
Took a bit.
So yes, she is a hag. Shocking. She lives in Lancashire and Liverpool. She's got green skin and spooky long arms, and her favorite pastime is lurking beneath the surface of the water and drowning and eating children.
Wow.
Also old people and animals. But man, again, the witches, hags, they just go crazy for child flesh. They love it.
I see, yeah. Seems like a tool to get your children to obey you.
Yes, very much. Baba Yaga was a boogeyman. It was like, hey, be good, or Baba Yaga. This one seems like much like the Kappa, like, hey, bud, don't fuck around near the water, please.
Yeah. Baba Yaga's gonna get you if you do.
Yeah. Do you get okay? So this is weird. Do you guys know what duckweed is? Have you ever heard of duckweed?
Duckweed.
Yeah.
Is that an actual plant?
I've heard of the term, but I forgot what it was.
Okay, no worries. Well, here's a great picture of it. It's like a little floating lily type of plant, and it hangs out on the top of the water. Here, I'll post a picture so you can see what it looks like and then what it looks like when it's disturbed.
Mm-hmm.
There's some ducks swimming by it, but it looks like grass until something swims by it, and then you can see that it's just a little bit of floating leaves.
Yeah. Looks pleasant.
Yeah, it's beautiful if you know it's there.
Yeah, I guess you could just fall into it if you don't.
As I have done, because I'm not native to the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, I see.
One of the first times, like, college I went to was in the woods, and they had like a bunch of pools and streams covered in duckweed, and I was just having a blast running through the woods. To which my Pacific Northwest friends warned me, like, "Hey, don't be doing that. Watch where you step." And I was immediately like, "What can hurt me out here? It's nothing but adventure." And I immediately stepped into a pool of duckweed that was covering mud that was so deep it just sucked off my shoes.
Oh no.
So duckweed will get you. It's tricky.
It is, yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah. But yeah, so like it makes all sorts of water and mud and swamp hazards look like solid ground. It looks just like grass. And allegedly in Liverpool, Lancashire, if you see duckweed, it's because Jenny Greenteeth is there, lurking, waiting just underneath there, ready to grab you down. Doesn't matter how shallow the pool is. Could just be a puddle. If there's duckweed there, that's a portal to her realm. She could just snatch it up.
Wow.
That's why her teeth are so green.
She's also got green skin. She's all green.
It's the duckweed.
It's the duckweed. I know from going on fish keeping Reddit that you can't get rid of duckweed once you have it. It's like herpes. You can like strain it out of your tank. A tiny bit will survive, and it will just recover everything.
Wow.
Yeah, as long as that one bit is still there.
Yeah.
You have to like overturn your whole tank. You'd have to get rid of everything.
Yep.
I mean, not the tank, but I mean like the water and the rocks.
Yeah.
And all
I mean,
that stuff.
I'm not a fish keeper, but I've heard, and I've seen anecdotally lots of people being like, I removed all the plants. I skimmed the entire tank. I changed the filter. The duckweed still came back. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know how that's physically possible.
Reminds me of snails. Snails kind of do the same thing.
Oh yeah, I know they can like hitchhike with like little baby snails hitchhiking all sorts of plants and stuff.
Yeah, they do.
Anyway, in Scotland, she's sometimes called Ginny with the iron teeth because, get this, she has iron teeth.
No
Okay.
way.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what? I was hoping it would be some other metal or alloy.
No, it's always iron, which is like so weird because
I know iron's
Why
supposed to
not the
hurt things
copper
in the
teeth?
Feywild, right?
Or the bronze teeth.
yeah. Good point, Ryan. Good point, Julio. Yeah, because like you were saying, like normally iron is how you ward off Fey.
Yeah.
So why do all these powerful Fey creatures have iron teeth? Are they just that powerful? Because I know for witches like werewolves, traditionally you need silver. Are they above iron?
Yeah. They're a tier higher.
Yeah.
It's so that they can consume other Fae to increase their strength.
Yes.
That
I
makes
mean,
sense.
they love eating lots of other sentient creatures, right?
Yeah,
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
You know,
Yeah.
children and adult male blood isn't their only diet.
Yes.
You know?
They love Russian blood, children blood. Well, we'll get to the next one. But they love it.
Yeah.
And then we have a very similar creature, again, haunting the rivers, the River Tees?
The River
Tees
Tees.
in Darlington. It's another hag. This one is called Peg Prowler. She's very similar to Ginny, but she specifically, her favorite time to go hunting is Sunday mornings, so you better be in church, which is the only place that's safe from her,
Wow.
to Julio's point.
Yeah.
Don't sneak out of church. There's a witch out there.
Don't do it.
Go to church, and you won't get eaten.
If you go to church, we can promise you at least a little protection, a little safety.
Yeah. And then in a place called Cheshire, we're still in England. There is again, green skin, yada yada, long arms, iron teeth, eats kids, don't go near the water. There's another one of these hags. This one is called
It's a cat.
It's called Nelly Longarms.
Ooh.
I like that.
Speaking,
I like
of speaking of long arms, you guys see long legs?
No, but I hear it's good.
I hear it's good too.
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
I haven't seen it. No.
But long arms, long legs, both creepy names. Steal them.
Yeah.
Steal them for your hags.
Yeah.
Lengthy. You know.
Lengthy limbs.
Auntie Long Arms lurking in the bog. She also does the drop bear thing, which is like
Wow.
she'll hide in the trees above the river, and she'll jump down on you and eat you, and then climb back up into the tree.
Wow.
And then I'm preparing myself for the jokes already. We have the Black Annis.
Oh no.
Oh. Spelled Annis.
Yes.
Don't worry, I got it. I'm on top of it.
Okay. I thought for sure we'd make some butthole jokes, but we're so
No,
good.
yeah, almost. I was almost there.
Okay.
I was like, you know what? This would be a perfect opportunity.
Okay, this is the British
Maybe
place.
next time.
This is the British place name I'm most concerned about. I'm deeply sorry if I fucked this up. I should have looked up pronunciation. But I assumed because it was English, I would be fine, because I speak English, apparently. But, you know.
Wrong.
Black Annis, a.k.a. Black Anna, or Black Agnes, is from Leicestershire. I believe that's how this one's pronounced. Specifically, she lives in a cave in the Dane Hills, just outside of town, with a great oak tree by the entrance.
Oak tree.
Oak tree.
I think this is my favorite hag of the British hags, and definitely the coolest. So she's got a corpse paint, like corpse blue face, or sometimes her entire skin is corpsey and blue. She does have metal teeth, but she also has long metal claws.
Oh wow.
She's got the Wolverine going.
She's got the freaking
That's
what is
pretty-
that?
that's
Weapon
pretty
X.
And then
She's got that regen.
Yeah.
and she's also got a skirt that she has handmade, bespoke, from the skin of all the children she's gotten ate.
Oh wow. That's very John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Look, it's just a crawl space. There's nothing illegal about owning a crawl space.
Yeah, guys.
It was there. It came with the house.
Fucking asshole.
Just because my basement.
That's where I keep my Christmas decorations.
This is all shit he said, I believe. Like, this is not.
Yeah, that'd be funny if he did.
But look.
I mean, I think it is. Like, I'm not. I believe that was all stuff he said. I can't Google it now. It's gonna bum me out.
Yeah.
Definitely a guy who said "hear me out" and nobody wanted to listen to him.
Yeah.
They're like, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
Anyway, so she creeps out of her cave at night, and she can smell naughty and bad children.
That's not good.
So, in Leicestershire, you don't get put in the parawiggler if you're naughty and bad. You get eaten up by this hag.
That kind of rhymed.
Yeah. So apparently, and I could not find any examples of this, but apparently Leicestershire is known for having houses with tiny windows. And allegedly that's because, much like Momo, the dog-hating Bigfoot from our earlier episode this summer, this hag loves to just reach into windows and grab kids and pets and yank them outside and eat them. So you gotta make sure your windows are small so your kids don't get the end of Friday the 13th.
Oh, right. Where they come out of the water.
Or it's like, the mother gets like, maybe it's Friday the second Friday. Oh no, shoot! I said Friday the 13th. I meant Elm Street, where the mom gets through the tiny window. Yeah. Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
Leave that in, Julio. I'll own up to my mistakes.
Okay. I was like, what? You mean come out of the lake and pull you in?
No, we're past water hags. We're on other hags.
Yeah. We're on window hags. Come on.
We're on window
Focus.
Also, if she can't get her hands on kids, she'll just like kill a bunch of farm animals, chupacabra style. She especially loves lamb, and I too love lamb. So
I see.
Yeah, at least we're
not so different, you and I.
Yeah, now I'm thinking about her using her fingers to like make a good kebab.
Oh man.
Like a good lamb.
What do you call it? She layers all the meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, she juliennes the flesh, and then she puts it on one finger in a stack, and then she rotates it over a fire.
Just thinking about like just carving off long strips of hopefully just lamb meat, not child meat.
Look, don't think about it too
Putting
hard.
them on fries. Oh, anyway. And again, she has iron teeth, right? But she when she smells food, when she's getting close to that kid.
Oh, I thought you meant like when she smells like.
When she smells good kebab.
No, just like hygiene wise.
No. But much like me with good kebab, you can hear her coming when she smells food because
we gotta stop doing these hungry.
Yeah.
You just hear tuk, 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 tuk.
Yeah, and in some stories, I think this is creepier. Instead of like the metal shattering of the teeth, because they're metal, she's grinding them together, so you hear a nails on a chalkboard sound as she's going like nya 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 nya, getting closer and closer.
Or like one of those junkyards that are actively crushing things.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, that'd be some good stuff.
Yeah, that'd be scary.
And you're going to be surprised it took us this long to get here. I think one of you made a cat guess early on, but she's also associated with black cats. It's our first witch associated with cats.
Okay.
Apparently there was an old ritual where you would, every spring, as a way of being like, fuck you, winter's over, the sun is back, they would drag a dead cat in front of a pack of hounds, and the path would go from the hag's cave bower oak tree thing to the mayor's house. Which sounds better than Groundhog Day, other than the fact that you got to kill a cat, which sucks.
Yeah. I mean, you have to do a little bit of
Let's
one for
replace
the
it
other,
with kebab.
Right? Just replace it with food.
Yeah.
You'll feel better later.
Allegedly, this custom died out sometime in the 18th century.
Wow.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad for that.
Yeah. Just don't kill a cat, and it sounds dope. I love let the doggies chase something from the witch's house to the mayor's house.
Yeah, they can chase
That's it.
anything. Honestly, it could be
Yeah,
anything.
Yeah.
Could be a
not a
nice
cat. Protect
treat.
the cats.
Just let it chase something else, like an RC car or something.
Yeah,
or a light, or like a laser.
yeah. There you
Yeah.
go. That's
Something
technology.
crazy.
That's the future.
Yeah.
Um, and in the most D&D sentence not explicitly said about a D&D monster, apparently there are dungeons under Leicester Castle.
That's
Dungeons,
dope.
eh?
And apparently she, either as in her hag form or in the form of a giant black cat, haunts the dungeons underneath that castle.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
And that takes us. We're done with British hags. We've done some Russian hags. We've done some British hags. How about a Christmas hag?
Christmas hag, you say?
A Christmas hag for this Christmas time, and her 13 shitty sons.
Oh wow.
Her 13 bad large adult sons.
Wow.
Well, it sounds like someone needs to get killed.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Grilla and the Yule lads?
The Yule
The
lads.
Yule lads.
Yeah, have you heard of these guys?
No, but that sounds fun.
Okay, yeah. So this is a Scandinavian, I think specifically an Icelandic tradition where.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, so Grilla is first mentioned in a 13th century poem where it lists the name of a bunch of trolls, and she is like she's a troll wife.
Okay.
Oh,
So she's starting as a big evil female troll. And then sometime in the 17th century, she gets her groove on. She gets her groove together. She becomes associated with Christmas. And she's now she's now a giant hungry hag, like an ogress, who craves the flesh of naughty children and lives in the... Maybe this is more of a D&D sentence. She lives in a cave in the Dimoborger lava fields of Iceland.
Dimmu Borger, the
That's pretty
band.
dope. I like that. Demogorgon?
Dimmu Borger.
Dimmuborgir. Dimmuborgir.
That's a
G-I-R.
band. That's a band. Right?
Gear.
Is it?
I'm not like crazy, right? That's a band. That's a death metal band.
I'm just gonna put it into Google and see. Okay, so that's the lava fields. But if I hit band, yes, there is a band called Dimmu Space Borgir.
Yeah, look at them. Look at how metal they are.
They are a Norwegian, so not Icelandic, but they are a Norwegian. Oh no,
Spicelandic.
I'm learning now that Dimmu Borgir isn't just the name of a lava field, but in Icelandic it also means the Dark Fortress. So like,
That's dope.
fuck
That's
yeah.
metal. That's metal.
I like that.
Yeah, that's a band.
Yeah.
I remember there was a spoof on them in Metalocalypse. They had a restaurant called Dimmu Burger.
I mean, that's what I thought you were saying. Like, I was like, oh, this is a good. We've done kebab. It's time for a burger joke. God, I'm gonna go to my local Mediterranean place after this. I've made myself so hungry for like a gyro or a shawarma plate.
Oh man,
Hell yeah.
I don't blame you.
Anyway, one of my favorite facts about Grilla is she's been married three times, and her third and current husband is useless and lazy.
Oh.
Poor
Her
Grilla.
current husband?
Yeah.
I wonder what happened with the first two.
Yeah. Well, the first one was a troll.
Okay, right.
I don't know about the second one, but I just like that. I like that she has a history. I like that she's out there for her.
Too. I like that too. I think it's funny.
So during the 13 days of Christmas, Grilla will leave her lava cave in the Dark Fortress lava fields.
Wow.
And much like our other hags, she's got a big sack and she's out here sniffing for hungry children. But instead of chewing them up, she's going to take them home because she's got to make a stew for herself and her shitty husband and all her shitty large adult sons.
I see.
Those bastards.
Yes.
What's shitty about the Suns again? They're just said as they're shitty. They're described as shitty.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you asked because they are the Yule lads. There's 13 of them, one for every day of Christmas. Lads.
Okay.
I'm going to ask Ryan, Julio, will you tag yourself at some point?
As the Yule lads.
Which Yule lad do you most identify with?
Okay.
So these are sort of goblin-y dudes, just so you get the vibe, and they're here to do, like, not evil, but mischief.
Okay.
Ah.
Okay, I can get down with some mischief.
Yeah, the evil is Grilla, who is going to kill and eat you. These guys are just going to make life worse and steal from you. We've got Sheepcoat Claude, who harasses sheep.
Okay.
We got Gullyhawk, who hides in gullies, waiting to sneak inside of your barn and steal your milk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
We have Stubby, who he's too short to get on top of the table, so he steals pans from the cupboards and licks them clean.
Okay. Okay.
Spoon Licker, which I think that's me. He steals your spoons and licks them clean. Don't leave dirty spoons out.
Let's see.
Pot Scraper.
Or maybe do. I'll clean them. I don't know. Pot Scraper.
Pot Scraper.
But I mean, like, you got, like, saliva, though. So you still have to clean them, though.
That's true.
Pot Scraper does the same for pots. Bowl Licker does the same for bowls.
Mm-hmm.
There's Door Slammer, who slams doors, especially at night when everybody's trying to sleep. Skier Gobbler.
Skier Gobbler.
Yeah, Skier is a type of Icelandic yogurt, so he steals your yogurt.
Oh, he just eats yogurt.
Yeah.
He eats your yogurt, though. He steals your yogurt.
Yeah, he doesn't, like, go to the Pinkberry. He steals your yogurt.
I mean, like...
He just goes in there and takes all your yogurt.
Whatever, bro.
Skier Gobbler.
Gogurt. He steals your Gogurt.
I think Gogurt would revolutionize Skier Gobbler's life.
I think he would feel like he ascended.
Because now, like, mission accomplished, you can help your brothers with their mischief.
Yeah, on the go.
On the go, like you're set. You can lick some pans while gobbling some Gogurt. Or
hell yeah, dude.
You're ready to rock now, right? You've got Gogurt. You can just go back to the ice fields now. You don't have to keep stealing yogurt. You can walk and eat. It's yogurt on the go. Like, it's perfect for him.
It's brilliant.
It's killer.
Then there's Sausage Swiper, who steals your sausages.
That's funny.
I don't know if my suggestive eyebrows. Yeah, sausage swiper.
The sausage swiper. Oh no.
He also hides in your rafters because presumably, you'd hang the sausages like in a cartoon from your.
Yeah.
And then there's Window Peeper, who peeps into your windows like a little pervert. I hate him.
He's your least favorite, I bet.
I mean, like, it involves windows and people being there.
We've talked about my deep-seated fear of looking at a window and seeing something that shouldn't be there, whether it's supernatural or just a dude. And I think a shitty little goblin guy peeping on me is bad news.
Yeah, for real.
That is bad news.
For real, it is. It is bad news.
Then there's Doorway Sniffer, who uses his big nose to toucan Sam his way into your house to steal your bread.
He sniffs your bread.
Because he smells out the fresh baked foods. So I really picture him doing the Looney Tunes, like floating on the breeze.
Yeah. Real.
And then in an escalation, there is Meat Hook.
Meat Hook, eh?
Who is not a serial killer. He just steals your other meats, your non-sausage based meats.
Okay.
And lastly, there is Candle Beggar, who mugs children for their candles.
Oh wow, what a bastard!
Sometimes he also eats them.
He eats the children, or
no, the candles.
Okay, that one.
Important. He eats candles.
He eats candles.
Okay.
Grilla eats the children. And I guess the Yule lads eat the stew that Grilla makes from the children, but this guy just wants to eat your candles.
I feel like they don't know that it's children.
They might not.
Considering, like, what we've learned about the lads now, they just seem like mischievous boys,
It does seem a little bit like 13th century Icelandic jackass.
Yeah, they're going through their phases, right? They're just trying to live out their lives, trying to feel out what they want to do, They're like, perhaps I can be a yogurt stealer. I'll just steal people's yogurts and I'll eat it. And, like, I can subsist on that. That's, like, a sustainable lifestyle. Until they find out it's not. You can't just go around stealing yogurt all day. Like, what if people moved on from yogurt? What if, like, that's not their diet or, like, their popular fad anymore? And then you got people like Meat Hook, who's just all like, I'll have the most intimidating name, but all I do is just take like your lamb and cow that you've slaughtered,
Yeah.
and that's a sustainable lifestyle. I feel like it's unfair to say that like they're inherently evil. They're just jackasses.
Well, they have a very scary mom who, in some stories, is implied will eat them if they don't steal enough items. But like,
If they don't lick enough pots or
yeah,
or eat enough candles.
So who are you? Which of one of our boys are you?
I think I'll be. I don't know. It's between Milk Stealer or Yogurt Stealer.
Let's give. We talk him up so much, Ryan. I'll let you. You should be Skier Gobbler.
Skier Gobbler. Hell yeah.
How about you, man. Julio? Do any of these?
I mean, it has dairy in it, right?
So yeah, it's yogurt.
I hate to say it, but just to your chagrin, I think I'm Peeper.
Okay, fair. I appreciate the honesty. Spoon Licker, Window Peeper, and Skier Gobbler. Ugh.
Yeah.
These are wizard names, or these are long slot wizard names?
No.
So that was the Yule lads, but they're not alone. In addition to her shitty stay-at-home lazy husband and her shitty sons, Grilla has a cat. So she is her second hag witch character associated with cats, and this is the Yule cat to go with the Yule lads.
Yule cat.
Yes, but this is much more threatening. This is a giant black evil cat that stalks the snowy landscapes of Iceland on Christmas Eve, eating kids who did not receive any new clothes, sometimes specifically new socks, before the holiday season.
Oh, wow.
So again, I think to your point, Julio, I think this is like, oh, you're sad you didn't like your socks, you wanted a toy for Christmas? Well, now you're safe from the cat.
Yeah. Now the cat's not going to eat you.
Yeah.
If you gotten toys, you probably get
Makes
eaten.
sense.
Exactly.
It's a ward.
That's funny.
Yeah. So that's Grilla.
Mm-hmm.
And just like running through, running out of time. But we got more hags. We got more spookies. Do you guys know what sleep paralysis is?
Yeah. We talked about sleep paralysis. It's like when you're asleep and you're dreaming, but you're kind of lucid a little bit, but you can't move because you're asleep. Yeah, that's sleep paralysis, I believe.
Yeah, exactly. You got it exactly right. Often the paralysis part of it is accompanied by the feeling of something pressing down on your chest.
Yeah, keeping you from waking up, right?
Yeah, keeping you from moving or waking up. And in a lot of cultures, this is called a night hag.
The night hag's doing it to you, hey?
Yes.
I see.
So have you guys, real quick, have you ever had sleep paralysis? Did you have any hallucinations related to it?
Yeah.
Hit me.
One time I was like sleeping. It was like I had sleep paralysis. My dad was driving me to college.
Whoa.
My dad was driving me because I didn't have a car at the time. And, we kind of had to share the truck. So that's the kind of life I had, I guess. Anyway. And, I was trying to get some extra Z's. So I'd fall asleep in the truck on the car ride to school. And then, I just remember having a sleep paralysis kind of situation there. Where I was like trying to wake up, but I was like just sitting in the car. Like not being able to move.
Did you see anything?
There was this other time I had sleep paralysis where I felt like there was a demon in my presence. But that was a different situation. But like this situation, I'm sleeping in my bed, and it felt like it was around Halloween time, and it looked like a straight up Halloween skeleton that was like standing or sitting next to me in my bed.
Are you telling me a spooky, scary skeleton?
Yeah,
hag-rode you.
You feel pretty much, and I was like looking at him, and it was like I wasn't scared or anything because I knew I was dreaming, but I just kind of flipped him off a little bit. Like I was like, and with all my strength,
you.
I was like flipping him off. Yeah,
you're like, if I'm gonna die, fuck you.
It was a straight up Halloween skeleton too.
I
so
love
funny.
that so fucking much, dude. You have
That's
no idea.
great.
Bony Tony out here giving you the pressin'.
Yeah.
How about you, Ryan? You have any sleep paralysis experiences?
I had it a few times.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
dish,
yeah.
dish. Tell me, especially if you saw
Like
shit.
most, what do you call it? So like, I there are times where I had it, and it's just like the paralysis was so strong that I couldn't even like open my eyes.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, so I'd just be laying there, just be like, I'm stuck, and then I'm just like, well, I better try to go back to sleep again, I guess. So I just lay there until like I go into full REM cycle.
Yeah.
But there are other times where like I get into like the paralysis state, but like I'm on my side, and when I open my eyes, I have like a table next to my desk,
Uh huh.
and underneath that table is just a few items that like I store there just to keep the room like neat.
Yeah, yeah.
So in between like the gap there, because there's like a small gap between the items and the underneath of the table. Um, like every time that I've entered like sleep paralysis, like I would clearly see like the shape of a goblin staring at me.
A goblin.
A
Yeah,
goblin.
it would be all scrunched up in the little space, and it would be staring at me, just like hanging out there. I'm
That's
like,
wild. You
cool.
should have brought that up during the goblin episode.
I mean, like it wasn't sleep paralysis related, so I forgot.
Okay,
It
fair enough. Anyway, I
was
saw.
really crazy because it was like very clearly
Yeah,
like
that's the thing because
goblin.
you can see
It's
it
crazy.
clearly. I've
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
sleep paralysis. I saw a little ghost girl. I was very disappointed. I was like, Brian, you can do better. This is the most generic spooky tent shit I've ever seen. Like Julio Skeleton. Where I was like, come on.
Hell yeah, skeleton.
I also saw a werewolf. Anyway, so like, but in a lot of
No.
cultures,
Mhm.
the werewolf was scarier. But then I realized it couldn't exist for reasons we don't have time for. We'll save it for the werewolf episode.
Yeah.
Um, but in a lot of cultures, it's thought that the hag is doing this to the point
Mhm.
that like other terms for sleep paralysis are being hag ridden or old hag syndrome. Just because like
Oh,
a lot of
Hagrid.
people, yeah, a
That's
lot of
where you get
people
that
think
from.
it's a hag. What's be doing this? They see a hag in these hallucinations as opposed to a Halloween skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so the Gullah people of South Carolina call them boo hags, and they're like vampires, but they steal your breath by sitting on your chest and doing that.
Hmm.
Um, in the English speaking parts of the world, it's called a night hag, which is also what the D&D monster is called.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, Jacob Stroyer, who is a former slave, wrote in 1849 that there's like a weird UFO connection with this.
Oh, like with
What?
Yeah, so
sleep
he
paralysis
says,
and abductions.
yeah, well, it's close to abductions. A lot of people think this is the explanation for abductions, but he said that slaves would gather and they'd see lights overhead or floating out across the plantations, and if those lights would like float away or vanish or go behind people's houses, they're like, "Oh shit, someone is getting attacked by a boo hag."
Hmm. Hmm. Lights.
He also notes the best defense against this, and this is so cool, is like the Bible. But if you don't have a Bible, you can throw salt and cayenne pepper in the corners of your rooms, and that will ward away night hags.
Okay.
Yeah. And I saw like this happens in a lot of cultures. And Ryan, Julio, you can tell me if I'm fucking this one up. But apparently, there's a Filipino version of a night hag too, called a bati bati
Do you know about that one, Ryan? The Bati Bati?
or bati bot sometimes.
Bati Bat.
Bati
Hmm.
bat. I know the Philippines are a bunch of different islands and a bunch of different subcultures, so this is
Yeah.
not universal. But apparently it's a hag, but unlike our other stories where it's usually a spooky like a thin hag,
Hmm.
it is apparently an obese hag who sits on your chest, and I just thought
Oh, I
that was
see.
cool and different.
I see.
Anyway, yeah, lots of hags doing this, and in uh, in Russian culture, specifically Polish culture, There's a creature called a Kikimora, which is like a house spirit, like a hobgoblin. But if you piss her off, she sits on your chest and chokes you out,
Oh
a la
wow.
sleep paralysis.
I see.
Yeah, lots of different versions of it. A lot of it a witch.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Um,
Interesting.
to the point where if someone says I was in bed and then relates a spooky story to me, I'm like, probably just sleep paralysis, bro.
Yeah.
You were probably in a state of not being able to move.
I say that politely though. Like if you tell people, nah, bud, that's a common. That was not a special numinous experience. That was a common brain fuck up. People tend to not take it very well.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like some people want to attach meanings to their dreams. And there's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that, I think. But maybe there is that I'm not aware of. But, like,
Ooh,
you
do I want to put my mom's friend on blast?
know.
I'll leave it vague, but I'll say like absolutely attach meanings to dream synchronicity to a point, sure. But like my mom has a friend who is one of the nicest people on the planet, who's so cool, so gracious hearted. But once she got mad at my mom because my mom betrayed her in a dream and like would
Yeah.
not speak to my mom for a month because she saw meaning in that dream and thought my mom was going to horribly betray her,
Yeah.
which is like not cool.
Yeah. I had a dream where my mom betrayed me too, and I woke up mad at her, you know? And I was just like, it was so bizarre. It was like, why did my brain do that to me?
You're like, how could
How
you?
could you?
Yeah, it's
That's funny
weird. It's
because
weird.
ain't it strange?
It's
But
strange. Dreams are
because like
funny.
your mother should be like the one that like the most at
Safest.
least should be the safest person
I know,
that you
right?
know.
I know, right?
But
I know.
no, that's
I don't know.
funny because
It's weird.
recently,
Yeah.
uh, what do you call it? YouTube recommended me a short
Oh,
from Tim Robinson's uh, former running Comedy Central series, The Detroiters.
Oh.
oh, I haven't heard of
And
this.
oh, The Detroiters, it's a fun
I mean, I
show.
love Tim Robinson,
But
so
Hmm.
yeah, no, it's great. It's fantastic because, like, of course, by the name of the show, it takes place in Detroit, and it's just Tim Robinson playing one character, and one of his friends is oh god, I keep forgetting the comedian's name, but he's also in I Think You Should Leave. He's in the Scrooge, the oh god, the
Oh.
Scrooge skit
Oh, the
where he
Scrooge
comes from
skit.
the future.
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
he's the future man with the robot suit with the
Oh,
exosuit.
yeah. I
yeah, yeah.
remember
Anyway,
that.
he
Yeah.
plays his best friend in this show, and they have a situation where they're talking about their dreams with each other, and he's like pissed off at him while he's explaining his dream, and he's all like, "What's wrong, man? Why do you look so mad?" He's like, it's because you didn't say hi to me in my dream."
Yeah, exactly what's going on here.
It's so funny.
All right,
He's like,
Yeah.
you didn't say hi to me in my dream, and it's like, what? Why? It's like you walked past me like I was some old white guy. Also, I was an old white guy, and he's like, oh, that's why, because you were white. I wouldn't recognize you. And he's like, oh,
well,
Oh,
the,
man.
you should just see that bit. It's very funny.
yeah. Show it to me after we're done recording.
I will.
Speaking of
Oh
dreams,
yeah,
though, I want to go down this dream tangent a little bit more. I think
sure.
Yeah, sure.
everyone, I think this is a normal thing, especially if you're in a relationship where you're like, you dream of your partner cheating on you,
Mm.
or you have your partner dream that you've cheated on them.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
You know, and
that's a
then
scary one.
they wake up crying and mad at you.
yeah,
Yeah, that's always scary to have.
Yeah,
yeah. Dreams suck.
they do.
They do. They're great sometimes, but they
They're
suck
great most of the time,
other
but then you
times.
realize they're not real. So are they really all that great? You know?
Yeah.
They suck subsequently in how good they are.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. With our limited time left, let's actually talk about the D&D versions of these monsters now that we're armed with our punch ups, possible
Yeah.
ways to
What?
punch them up.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah. So in D&D, hags are fey except for the night hag, which is a fiend. They do the weird
Okay.
sister thing. They steal babies. they got that bizarro disease where everything that's beautiful is ugly to them, and everything that's ugly is beautiful. So they'll like mutilate or torture things to make them, ugly, and they think they're doing them a
Pretty.
favor. Yeah.
Hmm.
And their big trick is that they can form a coven.
Ooh.
Where it's three hags joining together to become more powerful. It's weird sister stuff. You know which stories. You've seen this.
They team
You've
up.
You've
seen
seen
Hocus
Hocus
Pocus.
Pocus. Jinx! Oh my god! Fuck yeah!
Hocus Pocus is great.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
I love that movie.
So good.
I like the sequel too, honestly.
I haven't seen the sequel. I'll have to
I
check it
haven't
out.
seen it yet.
It's fine. It's okay.
Isn't it like a prequel?
No, it's like a sequel. It's like set in
The sequel's
the
a
present.
sequel, not a prequel?
It's a sequel.
Oh.
It's not a prequel.
I thought it was like how they got here.
Yeah.
It does open up with that, but then
Okay.
and then it goes into the
Gotcha.
future. Yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
Lied to me.
the hags get more powerful. They get more spells from working together. But covens are only ever three hags because
Trifectas.
each hag is a schemer. Each hag wants to be on top, and if there's two hags, they'll just get into an argument and kill each other. And if there's four or more hags, they'll split into factions and fight each other. But if there's three hags, there's always a balance.
It's the perfect number.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Because there's the one that's kind of mostly in control, and then the other two is all like, all right, I guess you know what's best.
Yeah. You could have, you could Team Rocket it, where you could get there's a lot you could do with the triple,
Yeah,
have,
trifecta. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun that you can have with multiple,
Yeah.
arguing entities.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
That reminds me of like the movie Hercules, the
Oh
the
yeah,
three
yeah.
hags that like
The
Sharon
Fates,
and I
yes.
the Fates. Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned that, Julio, because one of the things hags can make is a hag eye, which is essentially that eye from the Fates, where they can all share it around, and it gives them extra divination powers, and they can see through it.
Hmm.
But they can only do that when they formed a coven.
I see. That's cool.
Hercules is also great. That movie shouldn't fucking work, but it does. It's the best
It does.
superhero.
Right? It's weird, right? It's good.
My hot take is that Hercules is the best Superman movie.
Yeah.
We'll see if
It's
James
good.
Gunn can beat it.
We'll see. We'll see.
Now that you say that, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so you got your green hags. These are your standard hags, your bog standard ones. They do shape shifting, they do voice mimicry, and weirdly, they can breathe underwater.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got your Annis hags per Black Annis. I'm going to skip right over these guys because they aren't in the monster manual. They're in Volos, but they're my favorite of the hags because they often adopt tribes of like ogres or goblins, being their like little mother.
I see.
We're like, oh, my beautiful baby trolls. Even though they're like smashing the town and stuff like that. And it's, I love that's a fun dynamic.
Little abuela.
Yeah.
Abuela goblin.
Yes, exactly.
Again, they see beauty in place of destruction, so
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have the sea hag, who is the ugliest of all the hags. She can, of course, breathe underwater and hide her appearance, but funnily, she sucks at it. She's so ugly that not even illusion magic can really cover up how ugly she is.
Wow.
I like her mechanic.
The illusion magic only works from one direction.
Yeah.
But once you start walking around, you're like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. You gotta get her in that perfect non-metallic metal angle to like. I don't know if that joke makes sense to you guys.
It's what do you call it? Here's a pool. It's that episode of Seinfeld where where Jerry's dating the shapeshifter.
I've not seen that one.
She has like managed hands or something. I can't remember.
No, that's a different one.
That's a different one,
This
right?
one, yeah, that's a different episode. This one was, I think it's in like season 8 or 9, but it's like a New Year's party, which was hosted by a character played by Bryan Cranston. But he meets a woman there, and she's very beautiful, but it only under certain lighting. So, so when she's out of the light, she looks not very beautiful. And Jerry's all like, I don't know what's going on. Like it's a 50-50 on who I'm dating. It's like I'm dating Clayface.
Yeah.
But it's like that. She's only very attractive under, well, moderately attractive under certain light or illusion magic. But once she's out of that light, it's like, wait a minute.
That'd be
It's
funny.
reverse that. Um, so yeah, they've got two save or suck spells. They're so ugly that if you see their true form, you get frightened.
Okay.
Oh,
Uh, save or get frightened, and then they also have a death glare, so they can Sharingan you with
I
their
see.
ugly eye,
Give you the death stare.
the death stare, and that's save or suck, save or drop to 0 HP. Um,
Wow.
and then the most complicated hag is the night hag, which, woof. They can shapeshift. They're resistant to magic. They have a very utilitarian spell list, like most of the hags. But they also have sleep, and they also have rave and field movement. They can jump into the ethereal planes, and then from there jump into your nightmares.
Oh wow.
nice.
If every time they're in your nightmare, you permanently lose 1d10 hit points. If this is the last of your HP, your soul gets captured by them forever in their soul bag.
Hmm. I see.
So like a good like they're only CR7, so they're not that powerful, but I'd say like a good early game big bad evil guy.
Okay.
And then for my little tricky trick here to throw in at the end is the nightmare, which is a flaming horse, which is only here because have you ever thought about why we call nightmares nightmares?
Um. mm, Is it like does it have to do with horses?
Yeah, it's because in Scandinavian cultures it's a horse instead of a hag that's sitting on your chest.
Oh, I see.
That's pretty heavy.
Yeah, right.
I see.
If you look at that famous like the nightmare painting
Yeah,
of the
there's a
painting
horse
of
in the
sleep,
background. Yeah.
there's a horse in the background because this
Yeah.
is it's a nightmare.
Yeah, in both versions. There's like two
I get
versions.
it.
Yeah.
What's a bit? What's down? Yeah.
How are we feeling about hags? You got any punch ups?
I think they're great. I think
Give him a bite attack.
give them a bite attack.
Get those iron chompers in play.
I kind of like how that's my go-to.
That's
It's
a
like,
good
does
one,
it have
yeah.
teeth? Bite.
I mean, a lot of things don't have. To your point, though, a lot of things don't have bite attacks that should. Give them a bigger spell list, but like otherwise, they're so interesting. They're so multi-layered. You have so much cultural stuff you can easily borrow from. Like hags are great. I love hags.
They're
Yeah,
great.
let him use the whole cantrip list.
Yeah. How about you, Julia?
Prestidigitation.
Yeah. Let them. I guess like yeah, make covens. Make a coven.
Covens are good.
Make a coven where they all share something, and yeah,
Make that your
the
make
MacGuffin or
that like
something.
a small adventure
Yeah,
for your crew. You have to disable a coven,
yeah.
Yeah.
A
or at
coven's
least
like
combat a
controlling
coven.
a coven's like taking control of a village or whatever. That'd be cool. Anyway,
If they're like a CR7, does like a coven make them like a CR10 or something?
Yeah, I,
Or
I could dig it up, but being in a coven does boost the hag CR, but it's different for every hag.
I see.
oh, okay.
Can you make covens of different types of
Oh yeah,
hags?
you can have 3 different hags in a coven.
That's cool. I like
Yeah,
that
mix and
idea.
match.
Hags in a oven.
Oh man, thank you, John.
Yeah, thank you guys.
This is a good one. Thanks so much, Ryan. Thank you for
Big
listening.
appreciation. Hello,
Um,
everybody. This is the end of the show.
Thanks for pulling with us.
well,
Thanks for hanging out.
thanks for hanging out.
PBS would like to thank you for. um,
Thank you for
but yeah,
donating if you have. Thank you for being
thank you
here.
for dropping your comments.
Thank you for dropping your comments.
Thanks to Jesse Sanders for the music.
Yeah, thank you, Jesse Sanders, for making our
We're doing
music.
this all out of order.
We are.
We are. There's no
It's
order.
confusing.
There's
It's
never been an
confusing the list.
order.
But we've like at least done for like the last what like 75 episodes. We've done it like
Yeah, maybe.
it's like we say thank you for listening. We say thank you, Jesse Sanders. We ask you for a 5-star. We ask you for a comment. And you, we mean royally the audience that we're not seeing, but you
Mhm.
know.
Yeah.
And then kind of go over it.
Yeah.
But
Take
I'm
care.
fucking it up. I'm kicking the bucket.
It's okay. Take care of your families. Have
Yeah,
a
call your mother.
have a it's the holidays coming up. I know it's tough for some people out there.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's hard, bro.
Yeah, it's hard.
We'll do our
And
best. Hey,
yeah,
take care of people. We're recording in October. It might be rough by Christmas.
yeah,
Good luck to everyone out there.
yeah.
Yeah. Do your best to celebrate wonderful, wonderful holidays with your family.
Yeah.
I don't know when this is coming out, but it'll be around holiday time, I'm sure. But yeah.
Yeah.
And thank you for listening.
Yeah. We'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.